Lexi Irwin, much more efficient and accurate swinging here in the second set. Eckerman fires that one off the digger and out. Point Texas. Michigan had taken 5 of the previous 6 points heading into that last timeout. Irwin off the head of Eckerman. McNeil's going to set it. And a stuff for the Wolverines defense. Much better in this second set.
Cross going nuts with that move. She dove her hands in a little to the sharp cross court, knowing Haley Eckerman likes to hit that shot.
Right back to McNeil, and she uses the tomb block. Point Texas. Longhorns trying to make up for 3 straight years of heartbreak here in the national semis and the finals. In 08, 09, and 10. Came in here with very good teams, Karch, and just lost in the worst possible way. A couple of times they had 2-0 leads and lost the matches 3-2, including the 09 championship.
And that one in 08, though, that was a great Stanford team they lost to. People like Gallus Kleinman, Cynthia Barbosa, and others on that. But the one they felt they might have deserved the best was that 09, up 2-0 in the final, and Penn State comes back to win. And then when they got back there again in 010, they just felt like they were a little lucky. Now they felt like they've really earned a shot to prove they're the best.
There's a different feel about Jared Elliott. There's a little different feel about this Texas team. It's a quiet confidence.
And one thing he said yesterday is, the first time I got here, I felt like it had to be perfect. Everything had to be perfect. I needed to be right on time and everything going according to plan in the practice. But now it doesn't need to be perfect at all.
Palmer keeps it alive. Eckerman tips it. Toon is there. They'll try and set the middle. Palmer down to dig it up. Eckerman goes deep. Cross the middle back there to get it. Right at Palmer. Eckerman over the top, but the defense backed it up. And then inside the block at the net. Point for Toon in Michigan.
How about the defense of a 6'4" middle blocker playing middle back, Jen Cross. And then at the end, Toon finding a little seam in the block. Texas talked about not wanting to go up too high, but getting hands across the net, not high above the net. And they weren't able to execute on that play. Here's that 6'4" middle who just played such nice defense the last rally.
It has been the defense from Michigan that has carried them. And Michigan thought they had that point, but Texas will get a tip. Rosen is arguing, and that is his wife, Lisa, that's right there next to him. One of 2 husband-wife combos. We'll see another in Oregon in our second semi.
Let's take a look. The linesman called a touch. The linesman who's in front of us. Hard to tell from that replay. Oh, it might have been, I think you're right, Beth. It was the backcourt player. Left back.
Irwin, I believe, got that. Jump serve from Eckerman and the service error. Point Michigan. We are headed to 25. Have to win by 2. Michigan trying to tie up the match.
And here's where Dana Miller got them in some trouble before, but that's her second service error. She's trying to place it just a little too forcefully.
We bring up the heartbreak for Texas, not only as motivation, but also I think something that they will have to cross over again this year if they are forced deep into a 4th or 5th set, almost to prove to themselves that they can get through it.
And they like, Coach Elliott talked about it yesterday. Hey, we've had some ugly wins. It hasn't always been perfect. We like that we've had to fight through that. We know we're going to have to beat some really good teams to move us deep in this tournament as we want to go.
Earlier today, he was named the National Coach of the Year by the American Volleyball Coaches Association.
Not a very good defensive play by Eckerman, putting it right back over the net.
Palmer waiting on Irwin. Now it's Webster. Thrashes that one down.
What elevation that Bailey Webster has right around the block.
6'3". She's getting up there around 11 feet to hammer that down. Allison serving. Good serve by Allison. And I think that was a double contact. Point Texas, and now they can tie it up. Lift is the whistle against Michigan after the tough serve from Allison. Dropping it in short again. And that'll get Texas the opportunity. They'll go to Webster and into the block that time. Every so often, Karch, as you mentioned, she's trying to cut it at too sharp an angle.
She hit it sharp cross court, almost straight down. That time she tried to hit it sharp down the line, but McElhenney doing a really nice job of reaching out and stuffing that with her right hand.
The captain with the block, and through a couple of blockers is Shadair McNeil. Senior out of San Diego, plays all 6 rotations. She might be the one as they get deeper into the match and possibly into the finals. They rely on her composure out there. Dan Miller Irwin gets that one in. Point Michigan.
The blocker, number 14, McNeil, was not able to get her hands in the way. I thought for sure she was going to stuff that ball. Irwin could only hit line, and the blocker didn't take it.
And the new single-season kills record for Lexi Irwin, and she is a different hitter here in the second set than the first. Texas unable to bring the power, and Irwin is. Timeout, Texas, as Michigan has turned the tide. Away from evening up the match, doing it with the D. (23-20), Michigan leading Texas in the second set after the Longhorns took the opener. Well, the road to the FCS National Championship in football continuing this weekend. Semifinals on Friday and Saturday night. Georgia Southern, the 5 seed, and the top seed, North Dakota State. We'll get things started tomorrow at 8 Eastern on ESPN2.
And Bailey Webster continues to elevate. The only time we'll freeze it at the top of her jump. You could see how high she is compared there, feet-wise and hand-wise, easily going over the block when she hits deep. But when she tries to hit straight down, she's given over 2 big stuff to Michigan.
For more, here's Maria Taylor.
Yeah, that's right, Karch. And Jared Elliott was telling Bailey Webster if she's going to tip, she needs to do it high. When she swings, she needs to make contact with the ball at the highest point.
Well, how about the Wolverines here now? A couple points to tie it up at 1 set apiece. Eckerman rejected. Cross was there.
Oh, that's a good call by the referee, but a bad mistake by Palmer, and now Michigan at set point.
McNeil off the block and out. Point Texas, and now serve receive Michigan for the set.
Lots of people might think, well, it's an advantage to serve in volleyball, but actually you win more points when you're receiving serve than when you serve. A higher percentage, so advantage Michigan here.
Let's see if they go to number 11 in blue. Dana Miller had to try and pull it out of the net. And a chance here for Texas. Dana Miller. Irwin to finish it off in the second. Texas scores 4 of the last 5 to grab set 2. And Michigan able to even it up.
You know what I like, Beth, is that Irwin has kept swinging fearlessly, just like they talked about.